Hello everyone and welcome back to your favorite quizzing channel Whiz. You're here with your host master Priyadarshan Babu and I'm here to tell you the answers of the 5 interesting questions that I had asked you yesterday. And along with that I will also be asking you 5 new questions. So without any further ado, I'll start off with the answers first. So here is question number 1 for yesterday. This term means coffee break, often with pastries, although coffee can be substituted with tea, juice, lemonade, hot chocolate, or squash for children. The tradition has spread throughout Swedish businesses around the world. This term is derived from the word coffee. So, what is this break in Sweden known as? So, what was the term that we were looking for? So, the word is fika. So we all would have heard this term, but maybe we did not know how it originated. So now you know that. Moving on to question number 2 for yesterday. Here it is. This one is the 4th largest dam in the world. It is also the longest earthen dam in the world. Also, it is the largest artificial lake of Asia. So which is this particular place, or which is this dam that we are talking about? Well, we don't need to search far. It is within India itself. The name of this dam is the Hirakud Dam, which is at Sambalpur in western Odisha. So that brings us to question number 3, the comic question. So from whom did Marvel bought the rights for the Men in Black in 1994 and produced films, shows, and many other video games? So the name of the comics from where the Men in Black were purchased is the Malibu Comics. And that brings us to our penultimate question for yesterday. So in the EID party, what does EID stand for? So the EID stands for the East India Distillers. So that brings us to our last question for yesterday, question number 5. Born in 1820, still going strong, was registered as the company trademark in 1910 by which particular entity? So that answer is Johnny Walker. So that sums up our 5 questions for yesterday. It's time to move on to the 5 questions for today. So here is question number 1. This particular company operates in more than 180 countries and produces in more than 140 sites around the world. It was the world's largest distiller until being overtaken by China's Motai on 9th April 2017. So what is the name of this particular company? So that was our first question. Moving on to question number 2. Now before I ask you the question, have a good look at the image coming up on your screen right about now. So now that you've seen the image, here is the question. Identify this journalist and commentator who was on air during the 1986 tide test between India and Australia in Chepauk. So that was question number 2. Moving on to question number 3. Here goes. This location, which is in the Andes Mountains, is a symbol of Inca Empire, was built around 1450 AD and designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983 and named one of the new 7 wonders of the world in 2007. So which is this particular place that we are talking about? So that was question 3. Moving on to question number 4. Here's an interesting one. Let's see how many of you are able to crack it. Parle G is the world's largest selling biscuit by volume. In 1929, it was launched as a substitute for an imported brand. So what was the name of the imported brand is what you need to tell me. And that brings us to our last question for today. So here is question number 5. Which was the first UK national Sunday newspaper to supply a colour magazine supplement in 1962? So you need to tell me the name of the newspaper. And that sums up our 5 questions for today. I feel today's questions you all should have at least have some guesses or the other for the question. So whatever your guesses, whatever your answers, do not forget to write it in the comment section below. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I will see you all tomorrow with some answers and some more questions. So do stay tuned in. Thank you and a very, very good night.